Evaporation. Water evaporates when it changes from a liquid to a gas. The sun's heat makes water evaporate. So how does the water change when it evaporates? Who can tell me? Lou? Okay. But what does it change? What does it change from and what does it change into? Taylor? Water is what? Liquid, gas, or solid? What is it? Water's a liquid, right? Okay. And it changes into, I just said it when I did the read aloud. What does it change into? Donovan?
Water.
No. A liquid, a solid, or a gas? Lou?
Gas.
Gas. Good. Water vapor. Right. Water evaporates when it changes from a liquid to a gas. The sun's heat makes water evaporate. People can't see water vapor. Vapor can only be seen when it is mixed with water drops. We can see vapor as a steam when water boils. Shaden and Jacob, sit up, please. Even though we cannot always see water vapor, where is it when it's around us? Who knows? Raise your hand. Evan?
In the sky.
Okay. Not necessarily in the sky, but in the air. Good, Carly. Okay. Excuse me, Shaden. Please do not call out. Humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. Humidity changes with the temperature. Warm air holds more water vapor than cold air. People feel warmer on humid days because sweat does not evaporate quickly. Here's another fun fact. Your hair is longer on humid days. Water vapor makes hair heavier. Okay? Do you usually feel more humidity or water vapor in the air on a winter day or a summer day? Thumbs up if you think a winter day. Thumbs down if you think a summer day. Everyone needs to participate, please. Jacob, it's one or the other. More water vapor in the winter or in the summer? Good, in the summer. Very good. Did everyone see? Nice and sweaty kids in the picture? Because it must be humid out that day. Condensation. Condensation takes place when water changes from a gas into a liquid. Vapor turns into drops as air cools. We can see condensation as dewdrops on leaves. Condensation drops also slide down a glass of ice water. Fun fact, raindrops are not shaped like tears. Raindrops are balls that get wider as they fall. That's pretty interesting, huh? So it says that condensation can be seen on a glass of ice water. How has water changed when you see condensation? What do you think causes condensation, heating or cooling?
Heating.
Raise your hand. What did you say, Shaden?
Heating.
Yep, and why do you think that? Jacob, right here, please.
Because that gives it more air
Okay.
to turn into it.
Okay.
I don't remember what it means.
Okay, well we talked about here the humidity and how humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air and that the humidity changes the temperature. So do you think it has something to do with the humidity? Yes. Good. And when it's humid, it's hot out. Okay. Clouds. Clouds form when water vapor condenses. Water vapor condenses onto specks of dust. These drops stick together to make clouds. Clouds grow heavy with water as condensation takes place. Dark clouds are filled with water. Rain is on the way. What causes the clouds to form? Harper?
Evaporation?
No, close. I just said it. When water vapor does what? The water vapor has to do something. Elena? Do you remember? It starts with a C. Not sure? Evan?
Changes?
No. I just said it in the beginning, Harper.
Condensation?
Condenses. Good. Yep. When the water vapor condenses, that's when the clouds form, okay? And usually when we see clouds, we think it might rain, right? Sometimes when we see rain clouds. Good.
How are you supposed to tell if it's a rain cloud or not?
Usually when...
Black.
Excuse me.
Is it grayish?
Yes, usually when the sky's a darker color, that's when you know with the clouds that it's going to rain. But sometimes it doesn't either. And sometimes when it's nice and bright out, it can rain too. Okay?
And I actually know at night more rain clouds come out than in the day.
You think so?
It's true because
Sometimes it rains when it's sunny out.
Yeah, sometimes it does rain when it's sunny out, which is kind of weird. Then it does make a rainbow, yep. Okay, precipitation. Water falls from clouds as precipitation. Rain falls when clouds fill with water. Frozen water falls as snow, sleet, or hail. Okay? Snow, sleet, or hail. What is precipitation? Someone raise your hand and tell me, what is precipitation? Jalen, are you paying attention, honey? Okay. What is precipitation? Remember, it was one of our, excuse me, I see that your hand's up, Taylor. It was one of our vocabulary words in the beginning. What is it? Everyone, we went over this at the very beginning of the story, so everyone should have an idea. Ryan? Precipitation. And it just listed it listed examples of it right over on this page. Not sure? Okay, who thinks they know? Carly? Falls from the sky. Great. Good job, Carly. Good listening. Water that falls from the sky. Okay, in the form of rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Precipitation recharges water on the earth. Rain seeps into the soil to restore water in the ground. It flows over land. It fills rivers, lakes, and oceans. So two of the examples that we said earlier before we read the story. Now, when we say precipitation recharges, it means help refill the supply, okay? So it helps refill the supply of water on the land. Okay, what kinds of precipitation, where does precipitation go once it falls on the earth? Where does it go? Ethan? In the ground. Good. To help recharge the water. Very good. Okay, everyone should be listening nice and closely so they can answer the questions, okay? An endless cycle. Water always flows and changes. Water from oceans, lakes, and rivers evaporates under the sun. Drops of water vapor stick together to make clouds. Water returns to the earth as rain and snow. The water cycle never ends because a cycle is something that does what? We all should know this. Raise your hand. Everyone should know what a cycle does. Kira? Repeats. Good. Over and over again. Okay. So when the water returns to the earth as rain and snow, what is that called? What's the P word? Go ahead. Say it. Precipitation. Everyone say it. Precipitation. Good. It says a fun fact, scientists have names for 26 different types of clouds. That's a lot. Okay. Amazing but true. The water people drink today is the same water dinosaurs drank millions of years ago. The Earth's water is about 3 billion years old. The water cycle keeps water on the planet. In the years to come, excuse me boys, people, plants, and animals will also use this same water. Raise your hand if you think that's a pretty interesting fact.
I think
that we drink the same water that dinosaurs drank 3,000 years ago.
That's a little gross and interesting.
It's gross and interesting. I agree, Lou.
Me too.
Okay,
It's
so
really
now,
nasty.
excuse me, your crisscross applesauce still, we're not done. Oh, excuse me, we're not done.
That's what my water tastes like.
Okay, so now I have, okay, I'll wait. Okay, now I have some comprehension questions to ask you. Now, I would like you to raise your hand when you want to answer a question. However, I'm also going to call on other students too, okay? Because everyone should know all the answers to these comprehension questions because we talked about every single one of them right throughout the whole book, okay? You have a question, Ryan?
No, I was just going to ask you when the specials.
Is
In a
that
long
appropriate time to ask
No.
when specials are today?
Especially
No.
is in a long
Okay.
time.
Were your predictions correct? Why or why not? So excuse me boys, did what you talked about the water cycle, or just water in general, in the very beginning before I read the book to you, were we correct about our predictions? Who can remember?
Yes.
Yes, right. What's one prediction that we were definitely right about when I showed you the map? Harper?
If there's more water than land.
That there's more water than land on this earth. Good. Okay, well, that's our next question. Is the earth covered mostly by land or by water?
Water.
Raise your hand.
Water.
Jalen, what do you think?
Water.
Water. Very good. Does anyone remember the percentage? The percent of how much of the earth is covered by water? Raise your hand if you remember. Taylor on? 70%. Good. 70% of the earth is covered with water. Now, who can tell me what percent of this earth is covered by land? If 70% is water, how much is the land worth? Lou?
30.
30%. Very good. Okay. What do we call the process when water from oceans, rivers, and puddles changes to a gas and moves into the air? What is it doing? Sit up, Shaden. Bless you. Evan?
Evaporating.
Evaporation. Good. Very good.
Or
What?
water vapor.
No, it's evaporation. What causes evaporation? Lou, remember you said this earlier. What causes the water to evaporate? What about the sun? What is it that it makes it evaporate? Because it's what?
Hot.
Hot. Good. The heat from the sun. Can we usually see evaporation or water vapor?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No. We can't usually see the water vapor, okay? What do we... No, you can't. Sit up, please, Shannon. I'm not going to tell you again. What do we call the process when water vapor turns back into a liquid because of cooling? Who knows? When it turns back into a liquid because it's cooled down. Evan?
Condensation.
Condensation. Good. So condensation is caused from the cooling. Good. So, Shaden, what we predicted earlier, that it was from the heat, was that correct or incorrect?
Correct.
No. What did I just say?
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Good. So it's not because of the heat, it's because of the cold, the cooling down. So when the water vapor turns back into a liquid because it's cooling, that is called condensation. Okay? What do we sometimes see in the sky that forms because of condensation of water vapor onto specks of dust that stick together? Brock? What do we sometimes see in the sky that forms because of condensation of water vapor onto specks of dust that stick together?
We have them
What? Clouds. Good. When clouds get heavy with water as condensation, what do we call water that then falls from the sky as rain, snow, sleet, or hail? Naomi? What do we call the water that falls from the sky as rain, snow, sleet, or hail?